And it's the next 50. Welcome. This is FlameFlash.com's podcast. I'm FlameFlash, and this is episode 51. We're going to get right started because the week has been kind to us as far as how much news there is to cover. Another meaty week. I guess everybody's starting to wake up or something since it's spring now. Who knows? Raptor Report. First off, A World of Keflings. We started this briefly. Older son, younger son, played it together for a little bit, kicked a few Keflings around. This is on the Xbox 360. And then older son decided he wanted to go and build things in a kingdom for Keflings. So those two got clocked in on the Raptor Report nicely. And then World of Warcraft. This week is Children's Week in World of Warcraft. So go around, get your gold, get your pets, and pick out unique pets per character. So, for instance, if you've never participated in Children's Week before, and you have 4 level 85s, or level 80s, or level 60s, for that matter, 70s maybe? Yeah, 70s. Go do the regular world quests with your human orphan. Go do the Shatrath quests with your Draenei orphan. Can you tell him Alliance? Go do your Dalaran quests with either your Wolvar or Oracle. You should have 3 whistles at the end of this process in your bags, ready to call upon for the achievements that are required for matron or patron and your character name, title. Not bad. This is probably the worst holiday. Not because of the pets. I'm an avid pet collector. I love those. Not because of the gold. A level 85 gets about 16 gold per FedEx quest. The problem is School of Hard Knocks achievement. Probably the worst and hardest achievement in the game because it breaks PvP this week. So if you're a regular PvPer, I apologize, but I and my compatriots are out there screwing up your games. It's just how it is. Sorry. They really should drop this one or change it somehow. Just saying. With that said, though, welcome to World of Warcraft's Children's Week. It's getting obnoxiously hot around here where I am. Tomorrow is going to be even hotter. And, of course, the summer is going to be nicely unbearable. But you're not here for a weather report. The Raptor Report's concluded. What else is going on? For instance, Diablo 3 is getting global play. That's right. So, rather than, say, with World of Warcraft or StarCraft, how you are locked into your region, US players must play US players, European players must play European players, D3 is going to let you register what region you want to be in, whether it be Europe, States, or Asia. There may be others out there as well, but oh, hello there. We just picked up a fellow chat room person. Welcome aboard. But global play. So you will have to level up your characters depending. So be prepared to perhaps level a wizard or warrior or a barbarian in multiple regions if that's your favorite class and you want to go play with somebody you know over in Europe or somebody over in the States, respectively. Absolutely a nerd channel. Welcome aboard, rude girl Beth. It's also randomized news, so feel free to stick around. For instance, conspiracy theories. So, the FBI is celebrating. Hooray, they just broke up a new bomb plot or another terror threat. But they also had people stationed in it encouraging it. So, who's actually winning here? The FBI, who are clearly instigating some of these plots? Or the people, the taxpayers? Really? These morons who are planning these things. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we blew up a bridge? Would they even have the means to do that without some FBI infiltrator coming in and saying, hey, that's a good idea? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Also, need to congratulate Angry Birds for hitting 50 million downloads. More I'd rather see them do a real job, not instigate. Beth? But Angry Birds hit 50 million downloads. Egads. I'm not a fan of that game overly much, but must be quite a few out there. Oh well. Randomizing the news here again, we've got PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale coming to the PS3. Well, I'm glad we agree there, Beth. Thank you. But think Super Smash Bros. Brawl on, say, the Wii, and mix in PlayStation characters. Not sure how well it's going to go. Oh, you were pointing out that I hate Angry Birds. Not the original, Beth. Just the space didn't overly impress me much. But PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I think this is going to have to be one to wait and see. Maybe get another free round of GameFly to try it out. Big fan of Smash Brothers. Not sure all of the characters they're bringing in yet for... He's old. I like this chatter. Anyway. So, Battle Royale. Not sure if we're going to like it or not. Sweet Tooth, the clown from the Twisted Metal racing series on PlayStation, Papa Rapper. We have Kratos from God of War. It'll be interesting to see how much he's yelling with his special moves. But we'll wait and see. Definitely one to wait and see for. And since the chatter here, Beth, I may not be pleased with the FBI, but the TSA is even worse. I mean, come on. A TSA pat-down of, for instance, a 4-year-old girl. Oh no. I'm a parent of 4, Beth, but thank you. TSA pat-down of a 4-year-old girl. This is a little girl who passes through security checkpoint the first time around. No problems at all. But then she runs back to a grandparent on the other side of the checkpoint and, oh no, this is suspicious activity. It's suspicious activity because the child wants to be with one of her guardians. If you don't have kids, maybe you're not going to understand this, which clearly these TSA agents didn't. But a 4-year-old isn't going to understand that, hey, I need to wait here for all of the family I love to pass through the gate. It's just not going to be understood. Especially when they see Grandma, which was, from the news report, the one that was being harassed with a wand at the time. Hey, look! Weird wand thing going around Grandma. Let's go and investigate this. Pick me up, Grandma. I want to see it closer. No. Bad TSA. No cookie for you. If she's already passed, why do you have to go through it again? Did she pick up a bomb on the other side of the gate? just don't get it. But then the TSA seems to be enjoying frisking people a bit too friskily. So, the House has passed CISPA. In an early vote, no less. So, if you're not aware of what CISPA is, Beth, it's another one of those laws out there of the House of Representatives clearly not understanding the internet, which you seem to, since you're exceptionally good at trolling, and going out there and saying, hey, we can spy on everybody. No. Facebook, Twitter, they can get our information, pass it to the government, and say, hey, this person looks suspicious, why don't you go investigate them? Oh, bye, Beth. But, no. The House has passed CISPA, so you need to be contacting your congresspeople and harassing them now. This is not a bill that needs to be going all the way. I'm sorry. It's not. Obama supposedly is still promising a veto if it goes all the way, but I'd rather trust our representatives, so let's get on that, shall we? There are lists of voting of how each representative voted, by the way. Do your research, and in November, go pick up your copy of Halo, go vote, and then get the jerks out of office that voted for CISPA. My representative voted to protect my rights. Did yours? So, next up, we'll hop back into the realm of video games. Rumor. World of Warcraft rumor. New Recruit a Friend mount. Because the old one's going away. X53, at some point, quote-unquote, Blizzard soon, is going away. So, the next mount is going to be something called the Obsidian Nightwing. And it's going to be a multi-person mount. Think the Alchemy mount, the Sandstone Drake. Now I'm probably screwing up the name of it. But the Alchemy two-person mount, it turns you into a dragon and then somebody else rides on your back as a Recruit a Friend mount. Awesome. It certainly makes it very tempting to pick up and pay for a couple of more, an account at least long enough to get them out, but maybe even reap the benefits of, say, the faster leveling up with monks, perhaps, just wheel that out there a little bit. Definitely an option. This was something I missed last week, staying in the world of Warcraft. Item restoration. We're going to bring in item restoration with a website. So no more emailing a GM, begging a GM to restore item X because you accidentally sold it, deleted it, or disenchanted it. You can now go through a more automated process to get your stuff back. Now, disenchanted items are going to have to be reviewed because you need to be able to credit back the crystals, for instance. So, if you disenchant something and then go, oops, you better keep those shards in your bag so that when they do restore the item, they have something to swap it for. The instance brought up a neat possibility of, okay, does this alter the markets of some of the older enchanting mats? Because you can buy these up and go, oops, I disenchanted it, legitimately disenchanted it, and then have it restored, trading the mats for that item. We'll see. I have no real need to try out the service yet, but it's nice that it's there. I appreciate it. Hopping over to the handheld realm, the 3DS is going to be getting a Midnight Purple come May 20th. It's a sharp-looking purple 3DS. It's one that might be tempted to say pick up for the daughter rather than a loud pink one. Just have to wait and see. I'm sure she would lean more towards the pink one, but oh well. I like the look of that purple. It's very Blackest Night shade of purple. Oh, I missed a World of Warcraft item farther down on my list here. A couple of them. So, guns and swords. If you're a hunter, you absolutely love your dual-handed, dual-wielding swords, your pole arms, etc. You can still wield them in mists. You just shouldn't be wielding them as real weapons to go, fight. You should then get your bow or your gun and use those. Please use those. No melee hunting, please. That went out of style a while ago. Likewise, warriors, rogues, equipping your gun, your bow, no problem. But again, equip your real class-specific weapon when you are actually choosing to fight. The bonus here is, for us casters, mages, warlocks, priests, the wand wielders, you can still use that wand, you can still use the sword and the book offhand or orb offhand thing. It's going to work out alright. So don't worry. Don't sell off. Don't disenchant. I don't want you to have to go and use the brand new item restoration service just because you went, oops, I need to get this restored now. Crap. So, potentially, the Department of Labor out there, the government's just screwing up all over the place this week, was planning on banning farm kids from working on their family farms. The rules were going to be very strict of... I do use this in past tense because fortunately the Labor Department has backed off for now. But they were thinking about it. Why? Anyway, the rules were going to state that they have to be working on a family-owned farm. So you couldn't go, say, a summer over at the grandparents' farm and do a few chores. No, that would be out. Same with if it's some co-op farm that, say, your family and the neighbor family are both own the land, out. That would mean, no operating of heavy machinery. Technically, you couldn't even use a power drill under the rules that the Labor Department was considering. Stupid. Fortunately, they backed off on this one, but the fact that they're so out of touch, again, go pick up your copy of Halo, then go vote. Then go home and play. Take the day off to vote, get your game, and play. Personally, I won't be picking up Halo because I'm not much into shooters, but for those of you that are, do it that way, please. Actually go vote. Oh, Young Justice. I've raved about the show in the past. Season 1 worked out quite nicely. Season 2, I'm actually a little bit iffy about right now because they give us a 5-year time jump from Season 1 to Season 2. I don't understand it yet. Now, they are explaining the bombshell, where did our time go, what were we doing at the end of Season 1. A few of the heroes are wondering what they were doing because they were co-opted. I'm not going to do too many spoilers. And now we know where they went, and it's time to find out what they did. So hopefully, once we answer that question, we're going to bounce back to quote-unquote present day and continue the story from there. Because there's been too much of a time gap, too much of a hole in time for my tastes. It was a bit of a jarring shock. Last but not least, I saved one of the best for two of the best for last. So, first off, Facebook employer Snoop ban, is in Congress now. So at least somebody out there is understanding the internet and the importance of social media. Hopefully they'll be planning on voting against CISPA. But the employers shouldn't be asking for your passwords. We've discussed it in the past. Go back to past episodes. They just shouldn't be. Likewise, though, people should not be making fake social networking, especially if they're going to pursue, say, harassment. So, this lawsuit came out over quote-unquote cyberbullying. It's not cyberbullying, people. It's harassment. Plain and simple. You could be making up these gossip stories in the break room or lunch table just as easily as online. The only difference is that there's a computer involved, so suddenly it's called cyberbullying and gets this special label. No. So this poor gal, younger, middle school age, somebody makes a fake profile of her. Morphs the picture, makes her look heavier. Bunch of fake statements in her name. It just gets out of hand. Well, the school refuses to do anything. Not on school time. Well, isn't that nice? You know, it'd be really nice if schools would standardize those little rules. Oh, it's not on school time. I'm sorry, we're going to stay out of it. Well, yes, it's your students doing it. These are minors doing this stuff. If you want to say it's not on school time here, don't say, oh, this was not on school time here, but all these kids in the red beer cups that might have alcohol in them, they're out. No, it doesn't work that way. Hypocrites. Just because it's going to be messy doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing what's right. Kind of like how we just chased out that troll. But stand up. Recently we had an issue with the school where daughter was complaining that it smelled like smoke on the bus. We reported it to the bus company, we reported it to the school. The school didn't bother to return our calls until the problem was solved. We'd resolved it with the bus company. No, it wasn't the school's responsibility, but the school should have been there to help put extra pressure on the bus company. We shouldn't have had to have gone all the way up to the owner of the bus company to get it resolved. The school should have stepped in the first time it wasn't resolved. It took 3 or 4 attempts and backed us up and helped us out. Maybe involved the bus company owner the first time it wasn't resolved, but not let us take the fight to them. These are their students too. These is a contract with a company. The school is still the boss, or should be, of that contract. Who knows how it was actually written out, but I wouldn't think the school would enter into a contract that would give the bus company more power than the school. That would be rather stupid, I would think. Though I wouldn't put it past them. Here is the exciting, happy, fun news. Druids in World of Warcraft. You're regaining your tree form. I've probably mentioned it before, but now it's easier to use on the beta, and you can use Wrath. You know, the Boomkin standard orange energy ball of destruction. You can use that in tree form now. Excellent. Not that I'll be using it much as a healer, but this is actually going to bring me back to healing as a Resto Druid. I'm looking forward to it. The other glyph I'm looking forward to is the Glyph of Chameleon. So, yes, there are some other cool glyphs, like the one that turns your travel form into a stag, so somebody can ride on your back and run around. But you're only going at travel form speeds, so it'd still be more effective to, say, buy a motorcycle and have them just hop in next to the sidecar next to you. The Glyph of Chameleon tosses out the hair color change requirement, and every time you shapeshift, you're a different color of bear, a different color of cat. I'm going to love that one. It's going to make feral or guardian that much more satisfying to be looking at a different model each time. I have no complaints about hiding my armor models, but adding that extra little personality of, oh, I'm a different color now. Hey, where'd the druid? Oh, still the same druid. Going to mark that druid now so the raid doesn't get confused, which actually might be a problem for raiding, but I don't raid that much right now. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. This has been FlameFlash.net Podcast, episode 51. Feel free to write in, podcast@flameflash.net. I'm out there on the interwebs, FlameFlash on Twitter. And you're welcome to send in comments, questions, emails, even troll speech, but I think you've now seen what will happen to you. Or not happen to you. Sorry, but you're going to get ignored if you're a troll. Just, we don't need to feed them here. So thank you for stopping by, Rude Girl Beth of Ustream. Feel free to stop by sometime, folks. We stream live every Wednesday. Watch the Twitter feed. And we'll see you next week.